What is up? Workbringer here, and today we're going to be checking out a run of Necrotic Wake +9. Now, this is the same group that we had just completed Sanguine Depths 8 quite confidently. No issues at all. And the Rogue, I think, switched to their Warlock and said that their lock is better geared for this place. And I was like, all ranged? Yes, please. Especially here. On Spiteful, just, I mean, in general, me, Prot Paladin, 3 ranged people, that's how I like to do it. It just works out pretty well. This first pull is always kind of ridiculous. I just kind of like do it like a joke now. I just stand in place and spin in circles. I don't go anywhere. However, the Grievous on a 9 is no joke. You see that even if I got to half health, like, because I was kind of messing around, oh boy, does that hurt. So I had to do a little bit of evasive maneuvers there, but really trying to do quite a bit of healing here. Grievous is quite the healing affect, so at the minimum try to keep myself topped off and try to help if needed. I actually commented to the group about how long that took, not to, disparage the DPS. Everyone's doing it. I was like, wow, these live a long time. +9 fortified trash. Like, those mobs in the beginning, I can usually, like, I don't know, 5-shot them on, like, the lower keys on Tyrannical. Like, they're nothing. Like, they just melt, and we just spent, like, I don't know, 30 seconds not combusting or anything, but with full DPS. It took a long time. So this is great information for pacing in Tyrannical. I'm sorry, with Fortified, in that I am not triple pulling anything. And I think my last Necrotic Wake pull video I did, which was like a 7 Tyrannical or something like that, is significantly easier. Trash-wise, of course. And I'm pretty sure it had a triple pull of the patrols in it. Not going to happen here, especially because the Blight Bag patrols drop a pretty nasty dot. And on a Grievous week, we're not trying to do that. There they are. See those Blight Bags up there? If I pull those in, I do pull them in eventually. On a Tyrannical week where the trash is not so bad, I just bring them all in. Like, it's not a big deal. We just round them up. Get like 20 adds in there, Divine Shield, and just, burn them down. Now, we actually do have a moment like that here, which is pretty cool. This shows like pretty much all the utility I have as a tank to survive this 9, and I was kind of not expecting this 9 to push me so far, but it did. Anyway, let's get the soldiers in there. To get this route clean, I think I overpull by 5%. This is not a +10 route. Like, I've been doing a lot of +10 routes in preparation. Necrotic Wake, I just haven't planned the +10 yet. It looks like it's going to be really easy, to be honest. I know this place really well. The trash is quite flexible. Like, this big open courtyard is a playground of how you want to time Prideful. Very simple. It's the Necropolis part I've heard is kind of challenging. I just haven't done a 10 yet. And then looking at a 9 on Fortified, you need to come prepared with the trash. Some of it trucks you pretty hard. Nothing yet, really, but Necropolis, you'll see there's like 4 mini bosses that are those big boys. So I'm gonna pull this one in. We got to deal with this at some point. They're nasty. Yeah, I think they got. Someone was afraid. I think that was someone was afraid, and the Mass Entangle came out because I didn't have aggro until the last second. I had it though. I mean, I still have Divine Toll should I need it, but yeah, those dots, those are pretty nasty dots. And I think I dispelled myself and then instantly got it back again. Yeah, it's not. You don't want to take that too lightly. Like, I could pull up that whole like. On a lower key on Tyrannical, I could probably pull that entire right side of the map and Divine Shield it, right? And I think I've done that before, actually. So I tell them, I took a break there. I told them, incoming, right? This patrol here. It's just going to come in naturally. Don't worry. I've got tools for it. Right? We're going to Divine Toll pretty soon. Where's Divine Toll? Oh my god. Where is it? There it is. Boom. Okay, so now everyone should come stick to me. And, I don't know if anyone else does this. In Necrotic Wake in the front, I just start pulling everything back to the stairs. But I believe this wraps up all the patrols. I don't think there's any patrols left as far as count. And what I did in my last run, which was a 7, which was on a fort. I think it was a fortified. I don't remember. But you know, so the bosses here are not that big of an issue, right? It's not tyrannical. However, at a 9, it's like the boss probably lives for a little while. You'll see that on some of the other bosses that is not the case. But this one's like, he's got a big health pool, so I tell them, I was like, I'm gonna clear the whole front of the room, and I tell them to sheep the corpse harvester, but they're still chilling over there. Already sheeped. They didn't sheep the patchwork soldier. That's just kind of just a nice thing, because they just kind of jump around and it makes the pull kind of messy, right? Like, look at this patchwork soldier. They just jump everywhere. It's terrible. The Stitch Vanguard does legit damage. Actually, they're all pretty grouped up. Did I get that interrupt? I don't know. But yeah, those jumpy boys, I just like to, I don't know. I don't like having those around. So you'll see somebody else is auto-marking stuff. I don't know who's... Maybe, I think this is a guild group, so maybe they're internally, like they're on Discord and they're talking about kicks or something like that, but I'm not aware of it. But they at least did the sheep and they agreed to it, because that drained fluids guy, what's his name, we'll see in a second, I just know is a real issue. It'll drop a dot on the whole party. It's going to take... all of a sudden I'm like, uh-oh, I got to dispel, then the healer's got to do stuff, and there's just a lot going on, and it's fortified, so trash is boss and just bad, yeah. Like, look how much damage I'm taking to this one Vanguard with Grievous, like, eh. Corpse Harvester comes in, alright, let the last spike come out. We are not gonna +2 doing moves like this, but we're clean, right? We're not gonna wipe. That's what I'm looking for. I have no doubt in my mind that this group could have handled just pulling right into it, but it's a 9, you know, and I'm still testing it. This is the highest key I've done for this place, and I'm like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to wipe us on like, oh, just jumping right in when we have all this CC available. We've got 2 sheeps and, you know, quite a bit of temporary CC too. So I just tell them this is the last one we're going to do. I definitely could have left this for the end. However, I do put this into my account. I told them, I was like, I'd like to leave the first floor with around 40. And depending on the route, that's usually fine. And when I play in the +10, then I'll have my like actual perfect count. It's like we have this patrol, but not that patrol. And I'll know. Anyway, we're trying to leave behind one of the spites. It's like, just leave it, right? Root and run. And just bring these 2 jumpy boys over to my Kyrian friend over here. I'm not sure that they know about that. I didn't tell them I was going to do it, but I imagine they've done this before. But then who knows, you know? It's a pretty good group. Some of them have pretty good IO, some of them do not. They're raiders, right? The IO is not there for M+. We're going to need to Kyrian reactivate this. I've never done it. At this point, I never... skip this part because it's like my Kyrian thing. Like I have to do this. I feel like, right? Be the Kyrian, get the buff, do the boom boom. Did I even get a sphere? I think I didn't get one. Well, whatever. We did it. And this group are pumpers. Lust out the gate, and you'll see on the other bosses there are some deeps coming out, right? So that mage. Now this is what kind of throws it off, is that you have to like you got to kill the worms. But that mage was getting up there in the DPS. There's a worm left. It's Hodge though for me, so maybe that was my bad. But I was like, we need to kill that. But big damage coming out from this group. Again, everyone's like around 200, so nothing like super OP here. But week 3, you got, I mean, 9, 10, 11. It's got to be 200, and I need to see these numbers. And you know, I've had a couple like wipey high key runs lately on 9s and 8s, and honestly, if someone doesn't know the mechanic, that's obviously they're just gonna literally die. There's been a couple not stellar healers, but almost always it's DPS, right? It's just like you're not killing it as fast enough, and you know, don't come to 9s. Like, just don't. Why? You know, and you know who it's unfortunately been. I'm coming up here for count because 33 feels bad. I kind of freestyle this route right now, but these are easy count. Like, let's just clean this up here. I am skipping like the wizard pack on the left coming up, and this is kind of muscle memory, is to kill this pack. I don't know. Again, when I have the +10 count, I'll know. But what I've been seeing in, I think 7s are kind of dangerous. Like I'll run a 7 at this point, just to kind of like warm up, or test like a new route that has all the affixes but isn't like too hard yet. Right, 7's like pretty easy, but a lot of people run 7s and have no idea what's happening, like at all. Right, they just it'll like turn. I did this on the other side. I did my own the other side 9 and did it perfectly, and at the end the healer died to the tentacles twice and it was rips. Right, I'm just double checking I'm not like over grossly missing anything. That's a different route, but just kind of roughly looking at it. Anyway, the other side was a perfect run. We had like 6 minutes left to kill the boss. The healer died twice on the first pull, and then I died, which just, I know I'd looked at the replays, weird hitboxes on the tentacles after the update. Like they're really weird. Like I can draw a picture of it, whatever. After looking at the replay, I know why I died now. It's just the hitboxes are like twice as big as you'd think they might for the tentacles. It's kind of weird. But anyway, the healer died twice on the beginning, and then I died on the second one, got B-resed, and then they died, and it was just bad. It was bad. And then I did a 7 after that, and just to kind of like just test it. It's really a pain in the butt, the other side on Spiteful. But then I ended up like carrying this Prot Paladin who like barely even knew the dungeon, and then said it at the end, and he died. He was trying to kill the Spitefuls the whole time, so he just died to Spitefuls constantly. So I'm marking the Marauder, and he had like terrible DPS, so it was like, okay, like this is bad. That caster in the back, someone gets it. I was gonna go in for the Divine Toll or something like that, but we got him. I am eating some pretty heavy damage here. I'm seeing a lot of casts going off. I get the priority. However, the Bone Mender who I've marked with X is just bone mending. Okay, there's a fire. There's a Dragon's Breath. That Bone Mend can't go off. Now, we are on an all-range comp. Am I going to get this one? Yeah, there it goes. I got both of my priority interrupts. Real sketch. But that Bone Mend, come on. Like, I guess I had Rebuke. I don't know. That can't be happening. We got to let that go. Now, that being said, this is all going quite fine, and just wait for the second boss. Now, the second boss is the Pug Wiper, or it was last week. Last week was Tyrannical, so the bosses were very hard, and this week it's Fortified. The bosses are easy, and there's been a nerf. There's been a nerf to that second boss, and I was like, this is the first time I'm trying it. Really simple. I'm asking for Soul Stones or health HP stones, and I tell him, I was like, I'm going to need those constantly at this place. Like, there's just a lot of damage for me. We bring him in with the Divine Toll, and then this little ball will stop them all from casting, constantly interrupting them, and pump the big deeps. And if you don't do that, this pack is hard. And even when this boss is done, a solo, still hard. And we got these shades doing some damage out here, so not good. And they're gonna go do like their big AoE one. I mean, it looks scarier than it is. Just don't sit in it. But yeah, this is like the mini boss of the encounter. I got no interrupts. Oh no, I did get it. I got it with a shield. Getting my hammer to get prepared, and I give them the pep talk about the spears. I was like, get those spears, kill the ads with them. It's like super GG one shot. You kill the ads with the spear on the second boss. And if you don't do that, you just got to chase them around. Like, do you want to one-shot them, or do you want to, like, waste your real spells? We want to one-shot them with spears is the answer. A little concerned. We see it rooted, then I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, it's all, root and run's all good until you get killed from behind by like 3 shades. Anyway, there's the pull into the stun. Boop. Get this guy turned around before he kills anybody. And then we just stack them on top of each other. They have those auto markers I would normally interrupt, but ready for this one? Boom. Divine Toll, double silence. What now? And considering cooldowns, I actually don't have my real cooldown back. I think I hodged this thing next to me. Yep, chilling. But we're living it. But like, yeah, some of those hits were hurting. And yeah, all 3 interrupts by the Workbringer. That's how we do it. Root this shade. I think did I break it or something? I'm looking at it. Yeah, the Warlock like broke the root for no reason. But you know, it doesn't feel right to walk away from an ad, especially when it's honestly so dangerous. Like it'll just, you know, two or 3 shot you. I haven't tested it. They don't fixate tanks. I feel like I don't know. I don't fear for them. I just try to hodge when I can, essentially. I pick up this hammer, right? And the hammer is usually for the Marauder. But you'll see what happens in this pull. This is a bit of a moment here. A cool moment, but a potentially bad moment. So I pick up the hammer. We're cleaning this up. That mage is taking damage, so I'm healing him, and they're stuck in that corner. Whoever that is. Looks like a fire mage combusting. And yeah, so I hodge and try to save him a bit there. I just tell everyone to wait, have a big old chill. We don't want the skeletal monstrosity. We don't want it ever. I don't want to really know what that thing does on a 9 or a 10. We don't want it. So I'm going to go get the sorcerer with the A shield, right? We want to do a silence pull. Oh, it bounced into the other pack. We have a double pull incoming, and it is coming in hot, right? Divine shield, divine toll. I am getting rejuved up, and that fire mage is dropping the boom boom. The fire mages are like, oh, big pack, and they just melted it. Now those aren't like super dangerous or super high health, but it's I didn't want to double pull that. And I got so flustered during it. Anytime I have to use divine shield, something's going wrong. All right, that's my that's the double pull button. And I'm taking huge grievous dots out here. Like, ooh, I'm like, why am I dying? Why am I dying? I have to like, I'm like dying just sitting here. I still have the hammer. I didn't use that hammer. I usually use that hammer on the Marauder. And I told them in the beginning, and people respecting this, I was like, don't touch this spear. Like, I know you guys probably know what to do with it, but like, I'm going to use it, right? Like, don't. So I picked up the spear, but I never put down the hammer. And I was like, oh, well, first of all, I'm like, I don't want that skeletal monstrosity. We don't have tornadoing, but still, I'm like, let's just not be anywhere near it. Right, so we pull it back. I'm getting chunked by this. These guys are killing me out here. But answer in the comments below if you know what happens when you pick up 2 weapons. What happens? I've never done this before. I picked up 2. I'm dying. Damn, dying out here. Ouch, grieve. What is? So I have some crazy. Look, I'm just dying to nothing. DPS are probably like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm dead. Freaking dead to nothing. I think I must have had some bleed I wasn't tracking or something like that. That gets pretty severe at a 9. Oh, that Warlock pet. Very scary. If it pulled that, I don't have Divine Shield. I do have Guardians. It would have pulled one of the worst packs in the dungeons plus the mini boss all at once. If that was a Hunter pet, that would have been big rip. I should have, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about the Warlock pet, but Warlock pet and DK pet don't pull. Oh, we're dead. I don't know what happened here. We're dying, right? So I'm healing. Guardian. I think Guardians of Ancient Kings is out, and I'm popping all my health pots. I got a Word of Glory that needs to go down. That's mine. I'm gonna Divine Toll, which is a big shield for myself, so I get a bit of a buffer there. Still a hot Word of Glory coming in, and ooh, that was spicy. You know what's funny is this shade. I give it the Hodge and I run in. If we all ran in and there were Spitefuls left, would they come kill us? That would be crazy. Okay, so what you're gonna witness in these next 2 boss kills is how I wanted to do it every damn time. Every damn time. We had to talk about this place beforehand because it's a 9. Like you can't like. You gotta think about it a little bit, I think. Silence. We're talking about the nerf. Okay, boom, combust going off, right? Okay, look at the dam. Look at the dam. 20k damage burst. Lost threat to a mage. Love to see it. 20k dam. I think the other mage used it on the trash pack. I don't know if they're talking and coordinating that, but you know, big dam, big damage. Look at my damage in comparison to that mage. Oh my god. We're doing a very good roundup. We have this warrior left, and there's no spear moment. right? The spear moment is when we're getting all of them, but there's a downtown mage like really far away free casting, and I don't want to run into the middle of the room and get the breath on me, the frontal, so I just pick it off from downtown. That's what before we didn't have that here. And this boss, what? Look at the lock, look at the mage. I mean, they were like a 20k in the beginning, but basically average sustain like 6k single target. Oh boy. I mean, that's with the cooldowns. That is one phasing a +9, what used to be the hardest boss of the dungeon. And that's how you deal with it. Even on Tyrannical, that would have been the move. We would have still probably been there maybe for one more phase, and I still had spears. That was it. That was it. Now, this patrol timing, we killed that so fast. I don't know what the patrol timing is here, but okay, so I go right, kill the Flesh Crafter, right? And they game this. This group knows what's up. Like, I'm probably like the lowest experienced person here, something like that. We took big damage. I don't know what happened there. And but what I'm seeing, I was like, this trash pack is not dying, and I'm pulling it into the corner, and I hope I think they get the message. Like, just like get in here, because I don't want you to pull those spare parts. So they hop in, but I don't have the clearest vision on where everyone is. So I just pull them to be safe, and I'm also not sure if these things are gonna spawn Grievous or not Grievous, Spitefuls, or just how dangerous they are. I just don't want them jumping on like a mage and killing them, right? So that was the thought there. People got the idea. I was like, I'm pulling this way in. You can let that patrol pass, but I was like, hey, let's just let's be safe, because I don't want them to body pull it like they do in a minute. So that patrol is getting dangerously close, and we run out. Yeah, we run out. Hopefully everybody runs out. I think so. I think they do. Or maybe they don't. They don't. Okay, body pulled. The lock body pulled. And that's what I was wondering about. I spear the big boy, and we divine shield. We run in, and we try to clean it up. We divine toll it. People are dying out here. The corpse harvester wasn't CC'd. And later we saved it though. This is stabilized. And oh, okay. And look what happens now. I have the hammer. Check this out. Bop. Chilling. I don't think I get that interrupt, but that dude's just chilling, or I'd be dead. We'd be dead. He's the biggest dude in the room, just chilling there. So the lock later asks me, in a kind of griefy way, because they're dead. And that's this is like the big Deeps player that came back, right? They changed tune, came in with their lock, and they're putting in good numbers, like no question. They were like, what did you AFK? And I was like, you body pulled it. I'm watching it in the replay now for the first time. I'm like, why was that such a big deal? Because they assumed I was gonna jump right in, and body pulled the patrol, like the worst patrol in the whole room. You're just looking at it, like the Warlock face tanked that pull, and died, and then tried to like ask me if I was like AFK. I was like, nah, you see me divine steed like the F away from that pack? You think that means I'm jumping in? Like, what do you think's happening here? I need to be ready for this. Yeah, so I mean, I should tank the pack for sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and say like that lock could have like stepped back, right? Just step it back, but it's cool. No hard feelings. The stones come down. Thank you. Maybe they need it. I told them I need these stones like on cooldown. Like whenever you got stones, give them back. And I think this is when we're having the talk. I was like, hey, we killing it. We just did Sanguine Depths. Yeah, we're talking right now. I was like, we did Sanguine Depths. Like we're slaying this one. Let's not do anything we're gonna regret here. But I'm like, you just tanked that pull for me. You pulled it, and I'm watching it now. Cash only. You pulled that gigantic pack on a 9 and got demolished, and that's like, you're basically globaled by that pack. You should chill. And I went in there with full immunity and still barely lived it with the hammer from downstairs. Like, I mean, you got to give that pack the respect that it deserves. It's like 3 bosses walking around the room, and you just stood there and looked at it. But maybe I should have jumped in. I don't know. I was waiting it to finish its patrol to kind of judge what I wanted to do. If I didn't have Divine Shield, obviously that would have been a wipe. right? So that's why Divine Shield never goes to anyone else, and why I talented to have Divine Shield come back faster, because it's that save your life kind of moment thing, and that's Mythic Plus. Happens all the time, even with what I would consider one of the best groups I've ever run with. Like, and they'll continue to be like, what? Like, let's look at how this goes. Now, this is a 9, so like I'm taking big damage, and I told them in the beginning, Gore Splatter needs to be kicked. No one's kicking Gore Splatter but me. We're stunning everyone, but okay, Drain Fluids, that's gotta get kicked too. Did we get it? I don't know. But again, that's kind of like where you bring a rogue. It's like you just stick the rogue on the must interrupt, and they've got so many. But all range, that is definitely like the weakness. So I need to be way more on it. So that's a Gore Splatter going out. Everyone's got the dots, and on Grievous, look at this mage fighting for his life downstairs. Oh, he's back. Okay, this druid's got big heals. But we're getting it done over here. However, we do test the nerfs to this place. You can... there's a thought to CC that thing, to be actually honest, but I just want to keep going time-wise. Like 10, we're not having an issue, but, you know, let's not. We had that kind of weird almost wipe there. People died, but we didn't full wipe. We only lost one person. Oh, just that lock that body pulled. Yeah, maybe chill. But I don't want to slow it down. So you'll see I'm getting tenderized. Boom. Hey, what, did it miss me? I don't know what's going on. But you'll see I get these tenderized stacks, and I talked to the group ahead of time. The mechanic for me not to die every single time to tenderize, as this guy's chasing me down here, is that usually I'll kind of call it. I was like, someone needs to take these tenderized stacks for me. That's not currently the issue, but you'll see that it will be in one of these other pulls. And that's when you have a Beast Mastery Hunter taunt, you have a Warrior taunt, a DK taunt. Anyone who has like a taunt that can take a hit, like a physical hit, like we don't want the mage to taunt. They would get one shot. But you see I'm running for my life here, right? I'm gonna die. And then the drained fluids are going off. And so, you know, I'm looking at this again, and I'm like, yo, CC the Corpse Harvester on a +9, +10. That's the call. I say we sheep the Corpse Harvester and simplify our lives. I think the druid at this point is calling for mana. But I think these just pull. I might be wrong. I've never not pulled them out of the gate, so I don't know. But I think the druid, which understandably was looking for mana, but I wasn't so sure about the fact that we could even do that. So sorry. I've never not pulled these immediately. We do test that later with the next round of ads. You'll see I'm trying to pull them back. Oh, I think they do it right. So you can make these guys kill other mobs, and they do a lot of damage. And I think we do that here. I'm pretty sure one finishes the other one off. It's pretty hilarious. Oh, everybody run. Run. That Morbid Fixate is one shot too. I'm pretty sure at a 9. If it touches you, you dead. Oh, there it is. Mage is gaming it. Ready? Boom! Killed his own dude. Oh no. I wrote LOL, I think, right now. I'm like typing. And that's when I realized the druid had literally no mana left. So I'm like, oh, I don't know when they typed that. I still don't know because I don't put the chat in the replays. Oh, rip. Oh no, second death. Easy walk back. Oh no, is it a res? Was that a soul stone? Are they flying back? No, they're flying. Anyway, I'm back here. I'm like trying to give the druid some time to drink. But we got this spiteful. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if those are going to just aggro. And they do. And that's what I don't want the other ones to do too. They just immediately like target two people with the axes who are like trying to drink. I don't know. And I don't know if that's possible in this place. But anyway, the druid's back at it. Innervate, whatnot. Maybe they have some talents to get mana back. These gore grinds truck. That's one Tenderize. I don't know which one it is. I don't have Divine Shield. Divine Shield will clear it. Bop will clear it on myself, but Bop will also put all the aggro on everyone else. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to wipe this group, I would just bop myself and they would kill everyone instantly. Especially Gorgrind. He'd be like, oh, mage, one shot. Oh, another mage, one shot. He'd be dead. I could get ice block and stuff, but you know, they're coming for you. Okay, so now I'm sitting on, well, 3 stacks of this. Look at my health. Rip. Right? So here we go. It's been nerfed. You are apparently able to get away now from Tenderize. And that's what I'm testing here. And no more Tenderize. Okay, so you can get away now. Before, I think it was like a 24-yard range. Something crazy. It was like all the way across the room you would get Tenderized by this thing, which is clearly a melee. And he would like float walk to you. Like, what the... Anyway, we're able to clear our Tenderize stacks. I forget if Ratspew does Tenderize. I think he just puts like stuff on the ground. Yeah, spew disease. Like, okay, just run away. But yeah, the Tenderize now can be kited, but it is tough on a 9, and I'm pretty stamina out here. Like, I got the stam pot up. I'm 54k. Like, it hurts. It's like you know, that attack is like 60% of my health. Right? It's a little dangerous. I can't counter heal that forever. But I do have Divine Shield now, so I can do some Hail Mary saves as needed, right? And so I have the talent to get that back quick. So I Divine Shield a lot. There's multiple pulls as I'm designing 10 routes, right? Plus 10 routes, where basically like I design the route around Divine Shield. I'm being patient and just waiting for the spites, but they want to get into it. So I don't know who pulled it, but whatever. That one's fine, right? But I mean, what do you want to do? You want to two-chest this? Like, we're not going to two-chest, like, I don't know. Whatever. People like chain pulling nice and quick. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life on a 9, and I'm prepared. I like taunt. I drop the deeps, and ready, we're going to Divine Shield and just DPS, right? Healers convoking the spirits, I would assume. Oh, no, they're not. But sometimes druids will burn this down, and they won't be healing. They'll just be convoke the spirit as an owl. They gamed it again. He interrupted the dude, and I just immuned through it so I could DPS as hard as I could. Look, I've got 3k DPS. Can we round up? Can we round up? There it is. 3k DPS with Lust as a prop pal. Boom. One phase. Oh man, we're ready for Prideful, because that's how Prideful runs feel like. It's like, oh, this grind. I don't know where that mage is going. It's like this grind. Oh, we got to kill this Prideful. This Prideful's almost killing us. We got 10% health, but after we pump a boss to 0 in like one phase. So this isn't the Prideful route, but like that's how Prideful feels. Like if you watch some of my other runs, and this is the group, like, oh my god, I've never one phase that boss. It's always like, if we tried, it'd be like, it's 15%. We got kind of close, but that was like a very confident 1%, like one phase, and wow. I see why the lock want to just run it, right? I get it, but it's a 9. Come on, it's not a 10. Like it's like whatever. Like we have 3 minutes to kill the easy boss now, and this boss with no melee is just a joy to tank. I think I have 100% uptime, some weak DPS. Man, 1.6, sad. But yeah, I burned all the offensives on that other one. That's the one to burn down. And yeah, so I just run around in a circle and hit this thing. Anytime it's a caster boss like this, like the one in Theater of Pain, the one here, I don't know if there's any others, I do nothing. Unless there's melee, then I have to be like, okay, where are you going to run? Let's not run on top of each other. But in an all-range comp for Necrotic Wake, that's how I want to do it, man. Look. Oh, I guess I'll run in a circle. Pop Avenging Wrath and just deeps. What am I, 1.6? Whatever. We hit 3k with Lust. That's what I'm going to say. We can do 3k single. 100% uptime on this boss. Like every auto attack going down. Don't have to run. Don't have to kite anything. All ranged. Feels good. I don't know what one phasing this boss would mean. I guess like I would guess a phase is like when they throw someone down. So what do we do it 3 times or something like that? Anyway, it's still quick, but obviously everyone used combust on the last boss, because you know you combust here and then here whatever, then the ghost throws you downstairs. It's like, oh rip, you know. So that last boss was it for sure, and that is like one of the most satisfying Necrotic Wake runs I've ever done. This group. If I sorted out the route, we would obviously slay a 10. 10's actually really easy, because if you do the pride timing right, the bosses are just gone. They never existed. They just get deleted off the map. What did I get? A holy conduit? Whatever. That was a good 9. I'll take the IO. Thanks so much. Good to see the nerfs. Good to see the mechanics of the place on Grievous and with Spiteful. Not a big deal. ready for a +10 here, like no question. Know the places we need Divine Shield, and I'll plan us out some pretty nice pridfuls. I'll see you on the next video.